Alrighty guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I go by the name of Nessa. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe down below. Turn on your bell notifications on so you don't miss a beat when it comes to your girl. We are gonna be getting ready, little chit chat, get ready with me. But today we are gonna be talking about my business, my experience as a bikini barista, as well as a bikini barista owner. I'm gonna be talking about why I sold my business. I feel like a lot of people keep asking me this question, and so we're gonna dive in, talk about why I sold my business and my experience. So there is gonna be two parts to this video. I'm gonna be doing, so part one is gonna be like this, like my experience as a bikini barista owner, as well as why I sold my business, and then what I'm doing next. And then my part two video is going to be, you guys, I had posted up a poll asking you guys to ask me questions, and I'm gonna be answering, yeah, basically in my part two I'm gonna be answering questions about the business and whatever questions you guys had. So comment down below what questions you guys have as well, so then I can put that in my part two. I'm kind of giving guys a more close-up video today just because, you know, I want you guys to see the full details of my makeup. I feel like I'm always kind of further, so I kind of want to be closer to you guys. But anywho, do you guys see my face? Like, bro, I don't know like what is going on with my skin. I feel like the only thing differently that I have been doing is I've been on like a juice diet, and also I feel like another thing is it could be my pillowcase, and I just washed them. So like I just finished, I'm washing like my last blanket, but I feel like it could also be that I haven't washed like my sheets and everything in like, I want to say 3 weeks, and so I just don't know if it's from that or I did just end my, you know, time of the month, and you know, obviously hormones changing. I feel like my skin as well has been super dry as fuck, and I typically have oily skin. I feel like my skin has been really dry lately, and I feel like it's because of the weather. Like my skin right now is just not, like when I say not happy, like not happy. I have been a bikini barista, you guys, for 7 years. Like 7 years I have been a bikini barista, and I've been owning for 2 years. So basically I've honestly, and it's so crazy to like, I feel like that is one thing that that kind of led me to wanting to sell my business as well. It's just a simple fact that like I have been in this industry for 7 years, 7 whole years for one. For two, I have just seen like the industry change so much, like from like the good, the bad, the everything, and I just feel like it's just crazy to see like how much like the bikini industry has shifted and changed. And if you guys also, wait, let me just say, if you guys don't know what bikini baristas are, bikini baristas is very popular here in Washington state, and I feel like it's mainly only here in Washington. I don't really know of it to be really anywhere else, but it's very high demand here in Washington state. So yes, anywho, but yeah, so I have been a bikini barista for 7 years. I can honestly say I'm an OG in the industry. I have worked for almost every single company. I started out with Cowgirls, and then I went to Foxy Lady, I worked for Beehive, I worked for Ladybug, I worked for Showcase, and then I worked for my own business. There's my experience. For the most part, I feel like I've kind of had a good experience everywhere I've kind of worked. I feel like one thing about me is like you know, like being an OG in the industry, a lot of people for one know me. I've always had a good clientele base, and if you know me, I feel like I have really good people skills, and I've always been that way. Like bikini coffee for me was truly about like making good coffee, making good drinks, having good conversations, and building a good clientele base with my customers. And I feel like that's why I did so well in the industry. And honestly, I'm a Leo too. I feel like, and when I say I'm a Leo, I just mean by like I'm a social butterfly. Fast forward on how I basically decided to become an owner. Like I said, I feel like me being in the industry for 7 years and doing this for so long, if you know me, my dream has always been to own a stand. Like that has always been my dream, like for the longest. So when it came to the time of like purchasing, I want to say it was a time in my life where a lot was kind of changing for me. I had just got out of this relationship that I was in for a while, and I felt like I was kind of lost in a sense as far as just like what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do, like what was kind of like my next step. And I feel like I was very lost. I was at the time also just dipping my foot into real estate, and which I absolutely love, but myself a point. Like I had to prove myself a point. I had to prove to others that I could do it. I had to prove a point. Long story short, I had to prove a motherfucking point, and that's exactly what I did. So once I had the opportunity to purchase this stand, and which was, I felt like at the time like everything just kind of aligned for me and was just kind of like perfect timing. Literally, I want to say like 10 minutes away from where I had last worked at a bikini stand, and so that's where most of my clientele was. And so it just really worked out for me, honestly, and I couldn't be any more happier. Experience as being an owner, I will say, has been one of the most rewarding, one of the most like, I'm just so like, I think back and I'm just like, I did that shit. And honestly, let me just say, it wasn't fucking easy. It was not easy at all. Like, it's so crazy to think like everybody thinks like, oh, it's all glitz and glam and this and that, and honestly it's not. Like all the owners that I used to work for, I used to just like always talk shit about them in a sense, and now that I have become an owner myself, I'm like, damn, I understand now. And I feel like that's one thing like these girls do not understand in the industry. Like it is so fucking hard to be a small business owner. Like I cannot stress it enough. Like I have a newfound respect for like business owners now, especially like small business owners, and especially owners in this industry, because it's not hard. It's not easy. It's not easy having to manage, for one, all of these girls who have different personalities, all of these girls who honestly think they're so fucking entitled. Like I'm telling you, like I used to just be like, what the fuck, you know? I don't know. I honestly, now that like I feel like I no longer am an owner and all of that, I feel like now I can talk my shit a little bit, because I feel like obviously when I was the owner I had to kind of keep it cute, keep it demure, keep it, you know, cutesy. But now that, you know, I no longer have that title as an owner, I can kind of talk my shit a little bit. Managing girls is not easy whatsoever, and I felt like, you know, like for me, I thought it would be easy because I'm such a girl's girl, right? But honestly, not everybody's that way. Not everybody is a girl's girl. I feel like I did my part the best that I can, and I feel like people don't appreciate small business owners enough. And I feel like obviously some in the girl, I'm not talking about all the girls in the industry. Like I will say my team of girls, I loved my team of girls down. Like I am so like, I can't even, like I can get emotional right now. I'm so thankful to have the team that I did, and have like the group of girls that I did stand by my fucking side till the very end. I had a few girls that were really ride or dies for me, and if it wasn't for them, like if it wasn't for them, my business wouldn't have been where it was at the time, you know what I'm saying? And they really did make my business and help me grow my business, and just a lot. And I feel like I just really couldn't be any more thankful for that. Long story short, owning a stand was very rewarding, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to do it, and I do not regret it one fucking bit. Like when I say I don't regret it one bit, like I really don't. I got to meet a lot of like new girls in the industry, like I said, over 7 years. So you got to think about like all the, you know, everybody turns 18 every single day, so you got to think about all the new girls in the industry too. So Like, I'm so happy, like, I got to build, and so thankful that I got to build these relationships that I did with girls in the industry, and just in a sense inspire some of the girls and just be a great example. I feel like in the sense of, just because there is guy owners in this industry who are not the best owners and who are fucking pervs and who are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like my biggest thing was creating a safe space for girls to work for, and or somebody to work for. But yeah, creating that safe space, and I felt like I 1000% accomplished that. You guys, when I sold my stand, I cried and cried. I cried and cried because I was just like, man, like, what a journey it was to own. It wasn't the easiest journey, but to me it was like, I did that though. I did that, and I'm proud of myself for doing it, and I'm so glad that I got to just experience the things that I did. I always had like a different respect from people because I also worked my stand. Was always very much in tuned with my stand, with the girls, with the customers. I was very much involved, and yeah, like, I'm just, I don't know, like, I'm just so happy I got to do that. I got to experience it, and I'm just so thankful. And I just want to honestly say, like, thank you to the girls that have truly held it down, like held it down for me and have stuck by my side. You know what, nobody's perfect, and that's another thing that I want to say. Nobody's perfect in this industry, and that's why I say, like, people just don't understand how hard it is to be an owner, to be a small business owner, not just a bikini owner, but a small business owner. Basically why I sold the business. I just want to say, honestly, if you want to be an owner, fucking do it. Experience it, do it, and if it's something that you truly genuinely want to do, do it. And honestly, for me, like I said, I don't regret it one bit. I do not regret being an owner whatsoever, and if I could do it all again, I would, if I had the time to do it. I am also a real estate agent, and real estate has been something that I have been like wanting to do full-time for a very long time, and I feel like real estate is something that I've always kind of put on the back burner just because I've always had something else going on. And especially like when I had my stand, I felt like I couldn't do both. I couldn't do real estate, I couldn't be an owner, I couldn't be like, I couldn't do all the things that I was doing for the business and also be a real estate agent, and then on top of that be a mom. Like, my life is so busy. Is to take a year off of real estate and then come back to it after a year. I realized like how much of my time the stand generally needs to kind of be successful, and I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I just didn't have that time. I no longer had that time. I wanted to focus on my career. I felt like my birthday was August 1st, and I'm getting older. Like what am I gonna do? Like, what are my goals? What do I want to do? Like, I just had so much on my mind, and I think after weighing out the pros and the cons, I just think that for the amount of time that I was putting into the bikini stands, which I would say is about 70% of my time. I feel like I was putting about 70% of my time into the bikini stand. For me to be putting 70% of my time into the bikini stand, and for it to not be my main source of income, weighed down on me like heavily. Really, it was a lot of things. For one, I'm getting older. For two, I wanted to come back to real estate really bad. For three, I put 70% of my time into it, and I just don't have that time. Being a full-time mom, Nazir is getting into sports. I'm wanting to obviously get back into real estate and try to make coffee my part-time, and it just wasn't gonna work that way. And I kind of came to that conclusion when kind of over the summer I kind of took a little step back, and I just wanted to see, like, you know, like, how well would it do, or how well can it do without me having to give it so much of my attention. And that's basically kind of what happened. I kind of took a step back. I kind of was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna take a little step back, see if the stand can kind of run itself. And honestly, it didn't. I have to be the person to market it 24/7. I have to make sure, you know, the girls get there on time. I have to make sure the girls show up. I have to be the person of everything. So, like, my time was up. Like, I have dedicated 7 years of my life into this. I turned 30 next year, and like, this is being a bikini stand owner. I felt like I was at the top of the ladder. Like, I was at the top. What the fuck do I be saying sometimes? I was at the top of the ladder, you know, and I just felt like I'm at the top of the ladder. The only way to kind of like grow from here is if I expand more and more, but honestly that expands my motherfucking headache, because I did have 2 stands at one point, and when I did have that second one, I'm telling you, it just expanded my fucking headache. And like I said, my time, I just didn't have the time anymore. And so I just felt like, okay, like, what do I want to do? What are my goals? What is my end goal here, basically? And I just felt like, you know what? I have dedicated 7 years of my life into this. It's time to move on. Like, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to focus my energy into real estate. It's time for me to do what I truly, genuinely like want to do and love, and I felt like that was real estate. I love the business. Like, people are asking me like, oh, are you gonna come back? Like, honestly, I would come back, like, to work, but not to be no owner. Like, I wouldn't mind working for somebody else. Like, honestly, I enjoy being the worker part than I did being the owner part. And I feel like being the owner part, you guys, let me just tell you, like, you would just think like, oh yeah, like, small business, like, how hard can it be, you know? It's hard as shit. And I felt like one main thing was, your girl was giving Uncle Sam, like, Uncle Sam was making more money than me. That was another thing. Uncle Sam was getting his motherfucking coins from me, baby. And I was just like, Uncle Sam, like, you make more money than me, I think. I felt like I was working just to pay off my taxes. You guys, taxes. You have like sales taxes, quarterly taxes, yearly taxes, payroll taxes, this tax, that tax for property tax for being fucking sexy as fuck. I don't know, like, you just literally, you get taxed for everything. Another main reason, I was just like, man, like, I feel like I said, I'm putting 70% of my time in this to just basically fucking pay like the IRS. It was personal reasons, so it had nothing to do with the business. Even though I was paying Uncle Sam a lot of money, I still loved it. Obviously, I still loved the business. I loved what I did. I loved what I was doing for the community, as far as just like being a safe place for girls in the industry. Like, any advice to like girls in the industry that want to own, I would say go for it. Like, go for it. It's such a good feeling to like be an owner and kind of do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, that's how I felt. Like, if customers were like ever like trying to be a dick to me, I never gave a fuck. I used to cuss customers out. Like, get the fuck on then. Don't come here then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you work for like for owners, like, you gotta be like super nice and all of that shit. Not my ass. I used to be like, go, bye. Fuck out of here then. Yeah, no, I just want to say, like, thank you to the girls in the industry that have just made being a bikini barista owner just rewarding, fun, enlightening. And to the girls that bashed me and talk shit, I just want to say fuck you all, and I wish you well. My next goal in life right now is to really just focus on real estate. I feel like real estate, there's endless opportunities, there's endless things to do as a realtor, and you know, there's commercial real estate, there's residential real estate. I can flip, I can invest, I can buy. Like, there's just endless opportunities in real estate, and I feel like that, like, real estate has always been my calling. I genuinely feel that way. Like, I feel like real estate has always been my calling. It's always been something that I wanted to do, and I feel like now now that I, you know, was able to sell my business and everything, now I'm able to really just full force put my fucking foot in real estate and just focus on that. And I just know real estate, I know that I would do so well at it. Honestly, I just know I would. I know that, I know who I am and I know what I could do, and I just feel like real estate is just for me. So But yeah, anyways, that is why I sold my business. My experience as an owner has been phenomenal. I don't regret it one bit. I loved being owner. I loved, you know, just connecting with all of the girls in the industry. I love connecting with the customers in the industry. I love the industry, like, don't get me wrong. And like I said, I would 1000% go back, just not as an owner. Like, I wouldn't mind working for somebody else. I truly wouldn't mind. Making money and going home is my type of thing. That's what I like to do. I like to make money and go home. Like, that's my vibe. I cannot wait to see like what the future holds for me. I can't wait to just transition into doing real estate full time and just doing what I love. And I highly encourage everybody to do what they love. But anywho, you guys, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also, can we talk about this look? Because, woo, your girl looks good. I ain't gonna cap to ya.